Hello and welcome to another episode of the Sal Licata Show podcast on YouTube every day during the course of the week and on Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. I'm not going to ask you to download, rate, subscribe. I always thought that was weird too. Like if you're listening to this, you probably did download it. But if you didn't, I guess, download it, rate, subscribe if you like it. Like if you don't. If you like it, great. Rate it. So like people beg for that stuff. And I know it's important, but like if you like it, great. Anyway, I'm still learning this podcast game here and all this stuff on YouTube and everything else. And before we get into the Super Bowl, and we will discuss that, and before we get into the Knicks and their moves and the moves that they did make, the moves that they didn't make, and maybe even a little St. John's UConn, and I mean a little, I do like, I just, this is my show, and I'm allowed to talk about what I want. So I think that there's a part of me that's still ingrained in the radio mindset and like, okay, well, you have to talk about this because this is topical. So you have to lead with this in sports and this and that and Super Bowl. Darnold versus the Patriots. I'm just going to be honest with you. I really don't give a shit who wins this game. Now, I'm going to bet the game. And when I do bet, and I'm going to take the Patriots, even though I don't like the Patriots and I want to be rooting against the Patriots, I'm going to root for them because that's where my money's going to be at. So just to get that out of the way first, like whoever wins this Super Bowl, it's not going to impact my life one way or another, other than my bet, which is going to be minimal anyway. So really, no big deal there. And for whatever reason, and we went over it, I don't have as much juice in this Super Bowl. I feel like there isn't as much juice, whether it's the lack of legacy head coach, quarterback, all those different things. So I can't muster up fake energy and lie to you and say, yeah, Super Sunday, baby. Give me Jackson Smith and Jigba over receiving yards. Like I'm just not whatever. Maybe come game day. I'm more into the snacks. By the moves that I did the 6 with Sal yesterday, I'm more into the snacks than I am the actual game. I'm more into the atmosphere, the party, who's coming over, who's going where, those type things. Halftime show, maybe even with Bad Bunny. Like I'm more into those type things and the feel of the Super Bowl than I am the actual result of the game. Not to mention that I got a cold. I don't know if you can hear it, but I'm congested. I feel like crap. I was up late all night. Last night working at SNY. My wife had the flu this week. I'm trying to stay away from her. She slept on the couch. I've slept in the bed, which has led to really good sleep, but still not enough to prevent me from getting the cold. So that's just where I'm at. And so, like 3 minutes in, I still didn't even start with what I want to start with. So last night, something happened to me, and it was something magical. And it's one of those things where I think in life, you envision certain things and you dream about certain things. Sometimes it's, accomplishment. Sometimes it's, whatever it may be. Oh, I hope this happens or that happens for me. But there are certain things. I'll give you an example. When I went to a broadcasting school, I always wanted, like they were saying, any famous person that you want to meet or interview, you could have that happen. At that point, I was like, wow, really? And you start thinking of some of your favorite athletes, and you start thinking of, like, I was like, Eminem, I need to meet Eminem. And then I realized, like, it's not that easy. Like, they kind of sold you. Yeah, it's possible in some cases. In a lot of cases, I have been fortunate enough to meet people that I want or interview people that I've wanted to meet. And then you realize even that's like, big deal. So what? I interviewed Mike Piazza. Great. I get to know him a little bit. It's cool, but like my life really hasn't changed. Eminem's still waiting on that one. But there are also people in life that you may be a fan of for different reasons that you just never even think you'll ever cross paths with them. And then yesterday, as I was at work, we like at SNY, they have these it's just beautiful studios. And sometimes they use those studios or TV shows come there or movies come there to use those studios to shoot for their projects, whatever it may be. And one of my colleagues, I'm going to not mention him because I'll let him tell the full story of it. But one of my colleagues had a run in with this actress who I'm about to mention here. And he had no idea who she was. And I was like, what? Nia Long is in the building? The Nia Long? And he's like, Nina something? I'm like, no. Nia Long? And then later in the night, I was like, after he told me that she was in the building and he met her and had an encounter with her, I was like I couldn't stop thinking about Nia Long and Fresh Prince. And I was searching her Instagram and thinking of Kanye West, Touch the Sky. I thought I needed a Nia Long like all night long. And then at the end of the night, taking my makeup off, and I hear my colleague and Nia Long voice outside of the changing room. And I'm like trying to change as quickly as I can to get the hell out of there so I can go meet her. And then I did. And my God, is she stunning in person. Nia Long. Like I met Nia Long last night and she was great. She was nice to me. Now, she actually chastised my colleague. Again, I want to let him tell the full story. I don't want to steal that from him. But the day before, like I guess he was being too loud, and she kind of was trying to sleep in the green room. That was her area, and she came out and said, "Can you keep it quiet? I'm trying to take a nap." And then the next day, apologized to him. So when I met her, I was like, "I'm so sorry. He had no idea who you were. He should have shut his mouth. He's being too loud. Let you sleep, Queen, please." Like I'm starstruck by you. It was a great encounter. She probably thought I was nuts, but laughing, whatever. It was a short, brief encounter, but Nia Long is such a superstar. And you're talking about one of the most beautiful people in the world, period. And I've loved her for 30 years, whatever it was with the Fresh Prince. So she's somebody that I never even imagined in life having an encounter with. And there I was walking out of the changing room, smiling, shaking hands, and meeting Nia Long. I mean, that was an experience. And I didn't take a picture. I probably should have because then I could have put it on Instagram and been like, and then I start thinking, so that's what happens naturally after you meet somebody like that. It's never good enough, right? Oh, I should have said this. I mean, I'm not going to exchange numbers with Nia Long. I mean, I wanted to, believe me. Like, I was trying to take off my wedding ring as I was getting dressed. I should have taken off my wedding ring. Hey, Nia, Sal Licata here. She's like, oh, do you do stuff on the air too? I was like, not only do I do stuff on the air, I'm the host of the show. Yeah, that's right. I'm the host. He's a panelist. I'm the host of the show. Anyway, I would like to exchange numbers and like try to get her on the podcast. And I'm like, but I can't ask. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to ask her for a picture, but it was really a thrill to meet this. I don't give Super Bowl. Who gives a shit about the Super Bowl? I'm meeting Nia Long last night. I thought I needed a Nia Long. Now, bada booms. I'm assuming you know who Nia Long is, correct? Because that was the thing yesterday. How do you not know who Nia Long is? Some people knew, some people didn't. I'm like, what? The guy's like, oh, if it was Jennifer Aniston, I was like, no. Like, this is Jennifer Aniston. This is Nia Long. It's that level. You don't understand. Fresh Prince, all the other stuff. I've seen the million movies. You got to be a fan of Nia. You are you aware of who Nia Long is?
Sal, I think me and you are more bonded than we realize.
Okay.
Because you didn't tell me this, which I think is great. But the
I
way
wanted
you're
to save it for the
speaking
show.
of like you called her a queen, that's the perfect word. Couldn't keep it at home. Thought I needed a Nia Long.
Yes.
Like
Yes. And I listened to that
I'm
song three
happy you
times on the
saved
way
it
home.
for the show because this is a real reaction. Like,
So, but so you're only 22 though. So
mhm.
I wasn't sure, and I did want to bring it up on the air. You're only 22. Do you like how? What is your recollection, or like where do you know Nia Long from?
Well, I know her from the song, and I know her as Lisa,
Yeah. Okay.
obviously.
Lisa
Yeah,
from the Fresh Prince, right?
yeah.
Now there is a sports tie-in here as well, and I was quietly explaining that to some of the people that didn't know who she was.
Hmm.
She was married to Umeka Udoka, whatever the hell his name is,
Ah, there's a New York
who
sports tie-in.
well, he was coaching. Well, I guess he was with the Nets, right, all those years. But he was coaching the Celtics when he had the public affair
Hmm.
to the point where he had to get fired because it was with somebody on the staff.
Yes,
And I remember reading the
this
story being
wasn't too
like,
long ago.
correct, it was a few years ago, which is what led him to go to the Rockets. And then, what's his name, took over. Now Mazzulla takes over and was
Yeah,
great with the Celtics. I mean, it was several years ago, but I remember reading the story and it was like a scandalous thing. And I'm like, man, that's obviously bad. But then I was like, not only is it bad, your wife is Nia Long. You idiot.
not
Like
only
it's
is
bad
it
enough.
bad,
Yeah, it's bad enough to begin with. And then Nia Long. Bada booms. When I tell you, like I've met some famous women in person.
hmm,
J Lo, I've seen her before. Ashanti, I remember.
that's another one.
Cindy Crawford. Yeah, I know. I'm just going through like the people that I met in person. Nia Long was absolutely stunning, gorgeous. She's short too. I love short women. Like she I was in love, and I told her, I'm like, I have loved you since the Fresh Prince. People were laughing in the background, like, absolutely. So she looks like she's 25. Unbelievable. So you know her from Lisa. Now, what do you go back and watch the Fresh Prince?
No, I mean, growing up, I watched The Fresh Prince.
Okay. But
No,
you're 22 growing up. You were growing up 3 years ago. What do you mean?
no, but my uncle put me on to like all the old school, like My Wife and Kids, The Fresh Prince, Martin. I love
Cosby
Bernie
Show?
Mac. No,
Okay, I was thought maybe.
why would you say that? Why would you
I
say
mean,
that?
it was a great show back in the day, but you
Can
were
you do a
saying
pudding pop for me? Can you hit?
no, I'm not doing that. I want to look up, and maybe you could do this too, because there were a
Yes.
bunch of movies. Like there were so many movies that I don't even remember, and videos potentially. IMDb with Nia Long.
Was she
She
not
couldn't
in
have
Big
been
Mama's
nicer.
house?
Yes, she was in Big Mama's house.
That's
Good
ball
call.
knowledge.
She, dude, no, don't talk. And she's gonna be in the new Michael Jackson movie that's coming out, which I can't wait to watch. She was
Gonna
in
be
The
at the
Best
premiere?
Man in 1999. What?
Are we gonna be at the premiere?
I mean, so do you think that I dropped the ball here by not?
No, I think you were respectful about it. Like, I'm not. You're not gonna do an elevator pitch to Nia Long. Like, you just show love, and then hopefully, like, you got a pretty memorable thing going on. Like, I think you're a memorable guy, and when
Well,
you're
what I'm
nice, you're
hoping
a
is
nice guy.
I'm hoping that they're still shooting today. Like as we tape
Oh,
this
when
on
you go
Friday
back,
morning. If they're still there Friday and I see her again, she's definitely gonna remember me because we had that conversation last night. Not like she'd know my name, but I'm saying I'd be like, oh hey, and then I will further the conversation. Be like, look, I got to be honest with you. Can we two things? Is it possible to maybe get a quick selfie? And also, would you mind coming on my podcast? I'll play the sympathy card.
yes.
I do the TV show here, radio, but I also just got fired from my job at radio. Yeah, I know it's been really tough. I mean, you know how the business can be, it's brutal. But
Hmm.
I did start my own podcast, and I would love to have you on and talk about our encounter and also promote the Michael Jackson movie that you have coming up. I'd love
Oh,
to
that's a
really get.
great spin. That's a
Yeah.
great. Yeah, get Michael involved there. I'll say it was a dead giveaway. By the, I know you're trying to hide it and let
Empire.
him
She
do
was in
it.
Empire. Go ahead. Yeah, what's the
Yes.
dead go? Yeah.
It was a dead giveaway who the person was. And I know they'll probably tell the story. Dead giveaway.
Yeah, I know. I don't. There's more to the story as well, and it's a really
Okay.
good story. But I don't.
Mhm.
I don't want to. I don't want to steal his thing because it's his story.
Yeah,
But
he's got a show to do that.
imagine getting scolded by somebody. Like from his perspective, he's getting yelled at in his own workplace to be quiet from somebody he has no idea who that is. The next day they apologize. He's telling this story to people, and then I'm like, that was Nia Long. You yelled at Nia. Nia Long told you to shut up, and she had to apologize. Like he got scolded and
Mhm.
apologized to from Nia freaking Long. I wish she scolded me. Yell at me. Tell me to shut up. Yes, Queen. I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have spoken on that. Is there anything I can get you? Do you want a drink? Like that's what I would have done.
Let me buy you a drink.
Big
Ooh-wee.
Mama's house. Yeah. I mean, really, the thing for me, I'm going through the list, she's been doing this for a long time and has been in a bunch of different things. The thing for me is Fresh Prince. Like that's the number one thing that I loved her. I can remember some of the outfits she wore, the crop tops and
All
the
right,
jean.
don't tell her this stuff. Don't tell her this
I
stuff.
know. I'm telling
I
you
want
that stuff.
I want to get her on too, Sal. I don't even have to say anything, but if I could just sit here in my little, you called it a corner the other day. If I
Yeah.
could just sit here in the Kobe corner and observe, if you will, respectfully. Something you said I want to go back to real quick. You said if it was Jennifer Aniston,
Yeah.
and then
Well,
you
I
said
didn't.
she
I would
is
say
Jennifer
that.
Aniston.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, you were so like that. What a line! What a line!
You know what I'm saying? Like,
What a line!
right. That was this person's perspective. Didn't know her. No, 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 no. Like, dude,
How
she's
do you
one of the.
not know Nia Long?
I don't know. Anyway, I'll let that person
Uncultured.
decide. And then once he says his story, then we could rip him for it. But I ripped him right to her. I mean, I told you, and they were all dying laughing. Her perspective is she's like, I'm Nia Long, and then I did wonder, like, do you think that because she knows who she is and
Mhm.
she responded the way that she did initially, and whatever, she apologized after the fact, but still, like, then she was maybe overcompensating afterward, and maybe being so nice to us. And then I was like, I wonder what the real thing is here. Maybe she is a bit of a diva, which is acceptable. You could be a diva
You're a
when you're Nia
diva.
Long. Yeah, right.
And you're
Exactly.
not Nia Long. You don't look a fraction of her.
I'm telling you, dude, if somebody told me to be quiet at work my name's in the dressing room. Like I got all my clothes and stuff, and they're like, I go there 5 days a week. I'm there all the time. If somebody yelled at me to be quiet at SNY, at first I'd be like, well, what? No, like this is our home here. Like this is where I work.
Mm-hmm.
If that somebody was Nia Long, I would have shut my mouth. I wouldn't have said a word on the show. Anyway, she was
Would you
great.
have dropped the 2 knees if she said, "Pay your penance, genuflect"?
I wanted to take my wedding ring off and drop to one knee. Nia, please.
Aren't you going on a tropical vacation soon?
Oh yeah, no. Yeah, that's right. I am married. Yeah, and for my wife's 50th birthday, all that stuff.
Well, now you got a visualization, so at least that's in the bank.
She looked beautiful.
It's crazy
Have you
because
ever
we were
met?
just talking about Mercedes Moné yesterday.
She's another one that I met in person.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I like Mercedes Monet a lot and
Oh,
find
she's
her
not Nia
attractive.
Long, obviously. Yeah.
Dude. I mean, this is next level. Like
No, I know.
This is Nia Long. Like
And we were talking about Alicia Keys the other day. I think that's one you might have put me on PMO. So
who's the most like famous, attractive female that you've ever met? Have you ever met in person?
I guess she's kind of big now. Liv Morgan, when I was
Okay.
when I was
still,
like a
that's
little
not,
pudgy kid.
yeah.
She unsightfully. I didn't ask for it, but she gave me like a little sympathy hugs, a little little fat kid with a little spitting.
What do you
spitting some
mean?
game.
What do you mean when you were a little pudgy kid?
I'm not a kid anymore, Sal. I'm a man now.
I mean, you're 22. You are a kid.
Hey, so you're a compreora, Sal. I'm a man now.
All right, let's move on. Although I don't want to. And maybe TBD. Can you imagine if we're able to pull? I screwed up. You only get one shot. You get one shot.
No. Don't, Sal. Don't put it like that. We're gonna speak it into existence now. You're going back later to the studio.
Yeah, I don't know if they're there still.
We're gonna put it into the air. All right, she's gonna be there, and maybe this time she compliments you. Oh, Sal, thank you for being so nice. You're looking lovely. Your bold, round, voluptuous head is looking so shiny today, Sal.
The one thing is her son is a sports fan, and then she was talking about maybe like, oh, maybe he could start an internship or something. So that was the end.
Easy. Bada Boom's got this seat on lockdown. He can go.
I'm not talking about here. You're more than an intern. You're the producer of the show. I'm talking about. Although I got to be honest with you, dude, you'd be on the hot seat if
it was an exchange of services.
If her son wanted to produce this show, you're out. I'm sorry. Bada Boom, you can take a back seat. All right. So the Super Bowl. I mentioned my thoughts on